My name is King Prime and I'll be telling you tips on how to be a better customizer. Tips on how to make your customs pop. Like how Luna looks over here, how accurate that looks. Well, it wasn't always like that in the beginning. Oh no 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 no. I wasn't that good in the beginning. I was quite shit if you ask me. And honestly today I'm quite still a little shitty, but I've gotten miles better, definitely. And I'll be telling you how I did that. I'm gonna tell you the first thing you could do with customizing that will help you out a lot. Don't let the critics bring you down. Just because you're starting out and someone says it's shit, you are starting out. Yes, it may look a little bit shitty to people, but you're starting out, and if you think it looks impressive for what you're capable of at the time, that's all that matters. If you want it all done there now and then, don't. Don't get it all done in one time, because if you do that, you will rush it, and it will not come as well as you want it to come out. Don't do it all in one time. Wait. Wait for stuff to get done. For example, I started using cotton for a long time ago. A while ago. I started using cotton for hair because I didn't know how to make clay hair, and I didn't really have any clay, and I really didn't want to spend any time drying clay all day, and I'm like, when I actually got clay and I did it for the first time, I'm like, wow, that actually worked really well. I'm gonna keep doing that. Forget cotton. I'm gonna start waiting. I'm gonna start using clay, sculpt hair. Take, for example, that was Luna's hair that I made for the first time. Pretty decent, right? Before it was cotton. Before I make a string of cotton, I'd go right here and one down here, and her tail was cotton as well. Well, that was until I found this base for the body, and it came with a tail. But that's not really what we're here for today. You don't need to get it all done in one time. That is one thing I'll tell you right now. You don't need to get it all done in one time. I'll show you one that I completely got done all in one time. This was supposed to be an OC I made. Notice anything between Luna and my OC? Which one looks more rushed? I'll give you a hint. Whoops. Whoopsie. Put that back on. This was the more rushed one. I didn't wait. I didn't take my time. I didn't. And that's the lesson I learned. You want to take your time with these. Don't get it all done in one place. Thinning your paint is also another great tip. I thin my paint sometimes, not always. But thinning your paint is another great tip. Also, don't be afraid to think out of the box. I used fabric for her. I didn't paint that all. I mean, yes, some of it is painted. But that's fabric, and that's fabric. You want to know what I use for eyes these days? I draw them on paper and cut them out and glue them. I think outside the box sometimes. And that's a great idea. And I got a popper cap back on. Give me 1 second. There we go. That just stays on. I think outside the box. Yes, it may look cheap. And it may not look like it holds up, but it really does. That's not going anywhere. That's on there solid. That's solid on there. Think outside of the box sometimes. You see this right here? You see the collar? I didn't make that. That was part of one of my sister's, I don't know, but it was a keychain. I cut it up because I had those spikes on it, so it looked like her collar from the show. And accuracy was the thing I was aiming for with this custom. It worked. Think outside of the box sometimes. It's cool to think outside of the box. Because then you could do stuff like that. Yeah, it's definitely cool. Let's see here. What's another tip I can give you? Oh, yeah. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. You can improve. If you think you can't improve, you can. You really can. Nothing is impossible when it comes to customizing. You just gotta really work on it. You gotta spend your time. You've gotta really put the effort in. See guys like Stellaris Prime, LC Blades 18, Random. You got all of those guys who make fabulous Transformer customs. Awesome. They look amazing. I don't care what they say, if they're shit or not. They look cool. And you got me who makes the Fizzy Pops. And I do a pretty damn good job. That's because I really worked. It also took criticism from people. I also took a lot of criticism. I took a lot of shit from Matrix, LC, and some others. I took a lot of criticism for it. And you know what? It was for the better. Because it made me into something I never thought I could see in myself. Nothing is impossible. Criticism isn't always a bad thing. But yes, those are some tips you could take to be a better customizer.